days of the season for the Dodgers. The last two world champions face off. The Atlanta Braves, the LA Dodgers, in a series full of storylines. Not just the last two world champions, but rematch of the last two NLCS. Dodgers winning in 20, the Braves winning last year when Freddie Freeman was an Atlanta Brave. Of course, the first 12 seasons of his career in Atlanta. So he faces his old team. So does Kenley Jansen, signing the contract with the Braves this spring, makes his return to Dodger Stadium. And it's the follow-up performance from Clayton Kershaw after 7 perfect innings in his season debut Wednesday in Minnesota. Besides that, not much going on tonight. Joe Davis, Orr Hershiser, Kirsten Watson will join us in a moment. Hope your week's off to a great start. There's a lot going on here.
There is, and you know what? Every game, big leaguers are looking for an emotion to get that edge. There's no searching for the emotion tonight when the Braves are on the opposite side of the field.
It'll be Clayton Kershaw that tries to slow the Braves down. Perfect on Wednesday in Minnesota. Went 7 innings. Obviously, a lot of talk afterwards, but any way you slice it, it was a really huge start for Kershaw.
It was a big start for him, a big step from the injury from last year in the offseason, and now he comes into his home territory in Dodger Stadium going for his 100th victory here in the stadium in the regular season. If he wins the night, he'd only be 140 here.
Wow. Clayton Kershaw in his 15th big league season, pitching at Dodger Stadium for the first time this year. Dodgers trying to keep the winning streak rolling. They're at 6 in a row as the Braves come in for the first of 3. And we've got first pitch coming up on Sportsnet LA.
Dodger Stadium, Freddie Freeman facing his former team, the Braves, for the first time, and seeing a lot of guys for the first time since the break. And Kenley Jansen, his first time facing his former teammates after signing a 1-year deal with the Braves. For both of these guys, it's been an emotional day, but it's also been an incredibly rewarding and a day filled with memories. We saw not only Freddie Freeman receive his 3rd Silver Slugger, he was alongside not only his former manager, Brian Snitker, but as well as the Braves hitting coach. And then right after that, we got to see a special moment for Kenley Jansen, a video played on the board celebrating him. He received a photo from not only Justin Turner, Andrew Friedman, but also Dave Roberts of his first career save as a Dodger back in 2010, guys. So a beautiful moment for the two of them and their families today.
Kirsten, and that save for Kenley Jansen in his first game, or his first save as a Dodger, came for a 1-0 Clayton Kershaw win. And it is Clayton Kershaw on the mound tonight, facing this lineup of the Atlanta Braves with Ozzie Albies to lead it off. There still is no Ronald Acuna after the torn ACL last summer. He's still a week or 2 away, actually beginning his rehab tomorrow. Matt Olson's at first base. He's been one of the best hitters in the league since putting on the Braves uniform to start this year. Riley Endozuna, Adam Duvall's in center. Darno catches, and Arcia, Heredia, and Swatson round things out for Brian Snitker. Well, Kershaw on Wednesday in Minneapolis, 7 perfect innings. He didn't give up a single hard-hit ball while striking out 13 in one incredible performance to get his 15th big league season underway. And now he comes home to Dodger Stadium, where he's looking for his 100th career win. Says he gives himself 1 day each year in this ballpark to really soak it in, really take in how special it is as he walks through the tunnel, gets out to the mound, looks up at the top deck and takes a deep breath, soaks it in, and then he says, it's time to go to work.
He's going to go to work against these Atlanta Braves. He's pitched well against them over the course of his career. And Clayton will throw a lot of sliders. He has gotten to that point in his career over the last couple of years where the slider is more often than the fastball. He will attack early with the fastball, try and get that first pitch strike, and then he will go to the slider to put you away. This is what he did against the Minnesota Twins. A lot of sliders. The 4-seamer was in there. The changeup was thrown just a couple of times. He says he'll break it out, but who knows when it'll be a little bit more. The curveball was a tough pitch for Minnesota, but guess what? With that temperature and the grip, I would expect that to be a little slippery there. The slider was dominant.
Tries to keep the Dodgers rolling, winners of 6 in a row, and starting pitching has been probably the biggest reason why. Just 2 earned runs allowed by Dodger starters during this winning streak. 7-2 overall, tied with the Giants for the best record in baseball. And facing off with this Braves team at 5-6. Defending champs coming off a 4-game split in San Diego. Albie stands in. Kershaw comes home, and off we go with a fly ball, foul, and strike one. He comes off the bus swinging, doesn't he? Gets off the plane swinging, Ozzie Albies.
He doesn't need to see you. He's seen Kershaw plenty of times, but he will face guys that he's never seen before, just called up from the minors, and he'll be hacking.
Albies, a 2-time All-Star, on an 0-1 pitch. Pulls a curve foul. 2 pitches, 2 swings, 2 fouls, 2 strikes, and 1 broken bat.
Well, he's out in front of your fastball. He's out in front of your curveball.
Ready for your first changeup of the day? Yeah.
You almost don't want to throw him away because you're turning the field for him. You might want to just continue to stay soft or pound him in.
Well, you mentioned it. He has seen Kershaw and the Dodgers quite a few times. Kershaw has faced the Atlanta Braves 16 times in his career. Has a 2.09 ERA. The head of the leadoff man, Albies 0-2, comes back inside and misses low. Braves offense scored 16 runs in one game last Tuesday. Otherwise, 3 runs per game. They've hit a lot of home runs, but they've been almost all solo home runs as they try to get their footing here early on. 2-2 on Albies.
They've been very solid with runners in scoring position. It's just they can't get rallies started. They can't get guys on base. Hence those solo shots you talked about.
Yeah, they've hit 13 home runs. Got a 2-run shot on opening day from Austin Riley. 12 since, all solo shots. Two.
Albies hasn't changed his timing. He's still pulling the ball down the line. Clayton really hasn't gone back to the fastball. He's continuing to throw the slider in. So as it approaches Albies' back foot, back knee, coming around it.
Digs that curveball out, served on a soft hop for Justin Turner in the first out of the night.
First base, number 28, Matt Olson.
Sorry, Joe. 6 pitches to get 1 out. Clayton was very efficient in Minnesota. A little over 11 pitches an inning there to have 7 perfecto.
And Matt Olson to the plate, and obviously a lot of talk after the game about the decision to take him out. That's ball 1 on Olson. Kershaw said, of course, it's hard to come out of a perfect game, but bigger things, man, bigger things. He said this was the right choice. And a few reasons, right? He's coming off the elbow injury. He didn't throw until January coming off of that injury. He hadn't thrown more than 65 pitches in a game to that point. So really, in a normal buildup, it's like you still got another start or 2 before the end of spring training. It's a swing and a miss here, and it's 2-1.
It was a double blessing for him, the lockout. It's more time with the family, and then nothing to hurry up to get ready for because they didn't know when spring training would start. So he continued to rest that elbow.
2-2. He said the way that the season ended last year, not being able to be a part of October, that's why he's here now. That's the biggest reason why he wanted to come back to the Dodgers, to be ready for another chance. And he said every decision that he makes is geared toward that month of the season for the team. He strikes out Olson, one of the top hitters in the National League so far this year.
Olson came into that at bat with a .551 on base percentage. Well, Clayton fell behind the count and then came all the way back and got the K.
He had 13 of those against Minnesota. He gets his first one tonight. As you know, if Dodger pitchers strike out 10, everybody's going to get a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow at LA area restaurants. As a team, they struck out a season high 15 yesterday in the finale against Cincinnati. Austin Riley takes a strike. Kershaw back home 0-1. It's quickly 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Good depth to the slider again. A little bit harder there than it was on average in Minneapolis. That's where it was last year, 87 miles per hour on average. It was 85 against the Twins, and he kind of likes that. It gives it a bigger shape and bigger break. Another 0-2. Another foul.
Riley battling. This is what turned him into a very good hitter, where he has become a better 2-strike hitter and a guy that can battle, not just be put away right away. It's one of his biggest improvements as a hitter.
Breakout season came last year, hit above 300, 30 home runs, second in the league in RBIs, got MVP votes. And he had flashes early on. If you recall, early on in 2019 when he came up, he had a monster start, but struggled for the rest of that season. Struggled in 2020, and then addressed some of those issues you're talking about, and has really emerged. Still just 25 years old. On a 1-2 from Clayton Kershaw, Riley pokes a base hit past Freeman.
That's just a really good at bat. Clayton was going with everything but the kitchen sink. There he throws a backdoor slider, hits his target perfectly. Riley just stays right on it and shoots it over to the right side by Freeman, just off the leather.
First base runner against Kershaw this year. 7 2/3 perfect to begin. Inning kept alive for Marcell Ozuna. Has homered in back-to-back games. He's got 4, trailing just Nolan Arenado for the National League lead. First one from Kershaw is fouled off.
Ozuna's hot zone there. You can see he likes the ball away from him when it's up. Of course, he likes the middle and then down and in. 333 in the middle low. Probably looking at those numbers, you would consider him a low ball hitter, except for that up and away part. This is so early. I'll tell you what, he's got all the power in the world. He almost left Dodger Stadium during BP. He almost hit the corrugated roof out there in left field. It landed about 2 rows, 3 rows from the top. It was a blast.
Guy led the National League in home runs in the short season. 31 years old in his 10th big league year. Pulls this one off the hands. He got Will Smith with his backswing. Turner goes the short way and ends the inning. Not supposed to literally be a bobblehead night for him. Streak to 7. Mookie Betts is back in there to lead things off. Freddie Freeman bats second against his old team and plays his familiar first base. Then it's Trey Turner trying to start a new hitting streak tonight. Max Muncy's at second hitting cleanup with Turner at third out of the 5 spot. Will Smith catches. Cody Bellinger's in center. Edwin Rios is the DH. And Gavin Lux in left field hitting 9. On the mound for the Braves is Huáscar Ynoa, 23 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. It's his second start of the year, and as you see, the first one did not go particularly well.
It didn't. His slider was not good. It was giving up hits, but it also didn't have the good solid depth. He's going to try and get better. He's got tremendous tools. The average fastball velocity 96.5. That's one of the best in the National League, if not the big leagues.
A little bit Clayton Kershaw-like in that it's more slider than it is four-seam. Harder, and from the other side, though. It's strike 1 on Mookie Betts, who continues to search and try to find that tweak that unlocks everything. On an 0-1, he takes outside, ball 1. Betts walked twice yesterday, 2 for 11 in the series against the Reds, which included a day off on Saturday, so he could just kind of have a mental reset and continue to work on anything that he was working on in the cage. Flies this ball to center field. Routine for Duvall. One gone. Now what has to be a very interesting day of emotions. Here's Freddie Freeman.
First baseman, number 5.
Friendliest man in baseball. Had time for everybody today, and everybody wanted his time. The coaches, the players, the media. Media from both sides wanted to get his take. For good reason. 12 seasons in Atlanta. Opening day first baseman 11 consecutive years for this team. Fouls off the first one from Ynoa, and said that he never figured that he would wear another uniform. So it has been a journey for him emotionally, getting to this point where he's comfortable and happy. Having, of course, signed less than a month ago still. Slices one to deep left center field. Freddie Freeman hits his first home run as a Dodger in his first at bat against the Braves. How do you like me now? 1-0 Dodgers. Here come the Freddie chants.
Number 6, Trey Turner.
Strike one on Trey Turner. And his close friend Brian Snitker, who last year said, I cannot imagine the Braves without Freddie Freeman. Watches him homer the first time he faces him.
A little bit of a wry smile over there, and some big smiles over in the Dodger dugout.
Turner down quickly. 2 gone in the first as we get another look at, of course, an opposite field home run from Freeman.
Power hitter that is dangerous to all fields, but predominantly will hit the ball that way. And this one, he not only hits that way, he gets the right launch angle, the exit velocity, all the stats that you want. But the #1 stat is first home run of the year in 2022 against the Braves in Dodger Stadium.
And a wave to his family. So he's now 5 for 6 over the last 2 games as Muncy looks at a ball away. Dodgers have been doing this, leading baseball in runs per game without hitting too many home runs. In fact, they're the second least home run reliant team in baseball to this point. It's 2-0 on Muncy. They've been stealing bases. They lead the majors in steals. They've been hitting with runners in scoring position. They're second in that category. On 2-0, Muncy watches ball 3.
Low home run reliance and winning is a really nice combination. And losing, no.
Right. Taking another peek up to the family. You know, to Muncy 3-0. He's walked him on 4 pitches. Muncy adds another free pass. Even though Muncy's only hitting $167, he's close to 400 with the on base percentage because of all the free passes.
Third baseman, number 10, Justin Turner.
Dodgers up 1-0. 2 gone here in the first, and here's Justin Turner. There's Turner, who helped Dave Roberts and Andrew Friedman present Kenley Jansen with the gift pregame. Longtime teammates, longtime friends. On the edge for a strike.
It reminded me of when Justin was at Kenley's wedding and they were getting their hair trimmed, getting ready, and Justin was trying to convince Kenley to come back. We've got more work to do in Los Angeles. Don't leave us, and Kenley didn't. And they accomplished their goal, which was the World Series.
Turner, who had just one hit over the first few games against the Reds, had 2 of them yesterday. Runner at first, 2 gone. Here's a 1-1 pitch. 1-2.
You know his fastball is high velocity, but there's not a lot of movement to it. He needs to land his slider, prove that he can throw that for a strike. He's had good success with the 2-seamer and the changeup, but he doesn't throw it very often, either one of them. As far as batting average against, they've been effective.
Home of the 1-2. Fastball on the hands, pumped foul. Originally signed with the Twins, got traded to the Braves in 2017. This is now his 4th year with Major League time. Just 11 games in 2019 and 20. Last year was the first time that he had a shot from the start. Muncy at first with 2 out. Another 1-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3. Drops the slider to the knees. His 2nd strikeout of the inning. The Dodgers get the game's first run on a night where Freddie Freeman receives his 3rd Silver Slugger. He hits his first home run as a Dodger, and after 1 in LA, it's 1-0. Freddie Freeman, a feel for the moment on a day that's already seemingly all about him, facing the Braves for the first time. He takes even more of the spotlight with a 1st inning home run, his 1st in a Dodger uniform. 2020 MVP, world champ for the Braves last year. And a guy that was around at the end of the previous good run, but then was all they had for several years. Adam Duvall leads off this 2nd against Kershaw and takes ball 1. Signed a long-term extension in the middle of that, because he wanted to see it through. He wanted to be around when they did turn it around. And like you were talking about with Kenley Jansen and Justin Turner signing those deals, hoping that they could see it through and win a world championship, he was able to do just that.
Face of the organization for so long. He has been received here in LA with a very warm welcome.
2-0 to Duvall is over the inside corner for a strike. Braves got a base hit from Austin Riley in the 1st inning. Nothing to show for it. And now it's Duvall, who led the National League in RBIs last year with 113 and was 2nd in home runs, 38 of them. And what was an interesting year, he was a Brave. They non-tendered him. Miami picks him up. First time he faces the Braves, he goes crazy. It's 2 home runs, drives in 7. It's like, that's what you get for non-tendering me. That's part of a huge first half with the Marlins, and then he's sitting on his couch around noon on deadline day. Gets a call from the GM. We're trading you. Okay. Where am I headed? Back to Atlanta. So he goes back to Atlanta, a team that had cut him loose just a few months before that. Helps him go to the World Series, hits 3 home runs in the postseason, including a grand slam in the 1st inning of World Series Game 5. On a 2-2 from Kershaw. He watches ball 3.
Duvall, if he has a switch to flip, he flips it with men on base. He becomes a much tougher out when there are men on. I don't know if it's focus or he gets a few more strikes and more discipline, but that's when he hits the ball really hard.
Payoff. Fouled into the glove, strike 3. 2nd strikeout for Kershaw.
Clayton's got a strikeout on his fastball tonight. Now he gets one with the slider right there. He is much tougher when he is landing the fastball and getting ahead, and then doesn't have to battle back with the slider, but uses the slider to put you away.
Yeah, 11 of his 13 strikeouts came on the slider against Minnesota. Here on the first pitch, he's going to get Travis d'Arnaud with a fastball as Trey Turner waits for it to come down.
Predict who will dominate the 2022 season, and you could win $100,000 worth of Bitcoin or cash with MLB Season Pick'em presented by FTX. View rules and enter at MLB.com/season pick'em.
You big Bitcoin guy?
I have a few.
Okay. Here's Arcia with 2 out.
I didn't know I was with my financial advisor.
Strike one. Arcia is starting in left field tonight. This is a guy who is a career shortstop, but started playing a little outfield when the Braves got him from the Brewers last year. Curveball misses, 1-1. 3 games as the DH, second game in the outfield as they piece together a couple of the spots until Acuna comes back. Takes one down the middle. Not going to get too many like that against him. Kershaw looking for a 1-2-3 second. Curve is barely spoiled.
Not searching for the curveball. It has been good when he's pulled the trigger on it. Minnesota, it was kind of slipping out a little bit. Sometimes you have to grip it a little too hard in cold weather, so you pull it into the ground. Got a nice feel for it so far here tonight.
Takes this one in the dirt, 2-2. They threw 11 curveballs over the 7 innings in Minnesota. He's already thrown 5 in 1 2/3 tonight.
Albie's got a few of them right to start off the game.
2-strike fastball, which you rarely see.
Changing the eye line too, which is something he's been encouraged over the course of the last few years to change. He loves to throw the fastball into righties. He will then surprise him with the fastball low and away, but changing eye line a lot of times, it's not something that he would do, but it's good to see him starting to expand where he goes.
Expand and evolve as the fastball is not overpowering like it once was. Average 89.9 on Wednesday. Been up from there today. 2-2. Curve. Did he go? He did. Bookend K's on a 1-2-3 second.
Received a special edition and first ever Will Smith bobblehead. It is the Fresh Prince of LA themed. His family flew in from Kentucky, and his father threw out the first pitch, and then his wife Kara proceeded with the "It's time for Dodgers baseball." She is also expecting together their first child, so it's a special day for the Smith family, guys.
All right, Kirsten, and it is Smith to lead off this second. Takes ball one from Huascar Ynoa. Congratulations to Will and Kara. Smith in the lineup catching Kershaw today, which he only did 5 times last season. Dave Roberts said, look, this guy's our starting catcher, and if you don't start him tonight, then he's only going to get 1 out of the 3 games in this series. You got a day game following the night game Wednesday after Tuesday. So he'll be in there today and then play 1 of the next 2.
Unwritten rule, you've got to play on your bobblehead night too.
That's true. Especially when the box looks like that.
Oh boy.
On a 2-1. Takes one on the corner. 2-2.
There's been some width to the strike zone out there. Mookie Betts is kind of a victim of it, and Will Smith a victim right there.
And a backup breaking pitch gets him swinging, and Ynoa has his 3rd strikeout.
Slider comes out the top half of the grip around his index finger, and then all of a sudden it's just flipping backwards on you.
We were talking about Inoa getting his first real chance last season. He got off to a great start. I mean, we're talking like clearly an all-star. Then he had a rough outing, comes out of the game and punches the bench, breaks his hand, misses 3 months, and hasn't been the same since. Ball one on Bellinger.
He's a quiet young man, but that fire inside must burn real bright for that explosion and to break your hand.
His 1-0 to Bellinger is very high for ball 2. Worked out of the pen in the division series in the playoffs, and then was actually lined up to start against the Dodgers in Game 4 of the championship series, but was scratched late with a tight shoulder, and so they didn't see him in that game or in that series. Drops one in for a strike on Bellinger. They've seen him one time. It was in the NLCS in 2020. He came in with the Dodgers in front 15-0 in the 3rd inning. That was in Game 3 where they had that 11-run first, and Inoa in the lowest pressure spot you could ever have in the postseason had 4 scoreless innings. Leaning on his slider that day. 2-2 on Bellinger as he throws a changeup.
I think he should throw that a little bit more often. 4-seam fastball that's pretty straight, but going around 97 miles an hour, and that changeup with some fade at 89. That's a nice differential.
Two. Breaking ball bounced to first for Olson, the 2-time Gold Glover, with an easy play. 2 gone in the 2nd. You know, part of his 6-man rotation right now that has not been very good so far. They've got a 5.37 ERA from the starters. Max Fried has been their top guy the last couple of years. Bit of an uneven start. Charlie Morton, who will go on Wednesday, gave up 5 runs on 9 hits his last time out. And those are 2 of the guys you count on most. 2 gone 2nd inning. Here's Edwin Rios. DHing today, hitting 8th. And taking a first pitch breaking ball for a strike.
If an organization's starting staff is healthy, I don't think there'll be some severe evaluation on the starters until 4th or 5th time around the rotation because of the short spring. I don't think there'll be a lot of panic in Atlanta over their starters yet.
And if they learned any lesson last year, it's not to panic, period.
Right.
This team was below 500 for a lot of the year. They didn't get above 500 until August 6th. Bounce to second for Albies. 1-2-3 2nd inning for Huascar Ynoa. Well, the Dodgers starting staff has given up 2 earned runs during this 6-game winning streak. Overall this season, a 1.71 ERA, that's second only to the New York Mets. And a group that coming into the year, relatively speaking, was the biggest question mark, has been the most consistent strength through 9 games.
They have been outstanding. The pen has been solid to outstanding, and they have gotten an awful lot of support, almost 7 runs a game during that win streak from the offense.
Just 1 base runner against Clayton Kershaw through 2 innings. 8-9-1 here. Guillermo Heredia bunts the first one foul. 31-year-old out of Cuba. Another one of those guys getting an added opportunity with no Acuna, who is going to come back much sooner than Atlanta had originally thought. Starting his rehab tomorrow with AAA Gwinnett. And they had said 2 or 3 weeks from then, but word's starting to trickle through that it might be a week. Might be back on their next homestand. Weak little bouncer. Trey Turner one away.
A guy with his kind of ability, it won't take long. As long as the legs are in shape and he feels like he can play 9 innings and get 3-4 at bats, he'll be back sooner than later.
9 months removed from the torn ACL, and isn't it incredible to look back the timing of that injury, the kind of season they were having. We mentioned weren't above 500 until August 6th, and then they lose Acuna right around, about a month before that. They're done, right? They're finished. Yet somehow, with a few savvy acquisitions and guys getting hot at the right time, they win their first world championship since 1995. This is Dansby Swanson, and that's strike one.
When you said that they reached 500 finally, what was it, August 6th? From then on, they won 2 out of 3 games. Racking them up.
1-1 on Swanson, who, with Freddie Freeman gone, is the longest tenured Brave. During the World Championship season, had a career high 27 homers. Had a couple in the World Series. Said back-to-back really good seasons, but struggling out of the gates this year. In 158, he struck out more than anybody in the National League. 2-2 here. Fourth strikeout for Kershaw. Swanson swings at a slider that bounces.
Half his outs with the fastball.
Number 1, Ozzie Albies.
A few with the curveball, and the slider gets one right there. Up until this point, he had struck out a batter on a fastball, a curveball, and a slider. The slider gets the majority now.
By the way, something to keep an eye on is this outing and his next one move on. He's within 9 strikeouts of the franchise record. Don Sutton. Second look at Kershaw for Ozzie Albies. First pitch swinging. There's Trey Turner. There's a 1-2-3 third.
Left field, number 9.
On a Freddie Freeman home run, the Dodgers lead the Braves 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Gavin Lux comes up to lead the inning off. What a season Lux is having. National League ranks through the first couple weeks of this season. The lowest chase rate. When he is swinging, he's hitting it hard. 4th highest hard hit rate. And you put everything together, he's 7th in on-base percentage. He's reached in all 9 games so far this year. Still out of the 9 spot in the order. Swings and misses at a first pitch heater from Huascar Ynoa.
Do all that and you can't even move up in the order.
As hot as that 9 spot is, like, don't touch me, Jack.
What kind of team am I playing for? An all-star team.
Yeah. A lot of days, Lux and Will Smith are the only 2 guys that haven't been an all-star. Pops it up down the line. Out of room. And 1-2. Dodgers second in the majors out of the 9th spot. That's Lux. That's Barnes. 357 from the spot formerly occupied by the pitchers.
Slight improvement.
Lux starts the 3rd. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So he's reached in all 9 games. He's scored a run in 7 of the 9 games. Now to 2-2. Bounces one to second. That is actually Riley shifted over there. So 5 at 4-3 for the first out.
At the Dodger Stadium tomorrow, when the Dodgers host the Braves, for the first 40,000 fans in attendance, you will receive an adult hooded sweatshirt presented by Bank of America. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions or scan that QR code on your screen.
Well, at the top of Mookie's personality traits are a couple that are pretty common in successful people and kind of go hand in hand. He's a perfectionist and he's obsessive. So Mookie doesn't just bowl. He owns 40 bowling balls. He'll spend hours studying the oil patterns of whatever lane he's going to go play in so he can choose the perfect ball from that 40 ball collection. He doesn't just play Madden. He spends time in practice mode testing out the plays. And the most obvious in baseball, he is one of the most purposeful practice players. He grinds away on the most subtle things. Biggest strength, but it can also be the biggest weakness. That's a ball, and it's 3-0. Mookie's mom always told him, if you're going to do something, don't do it unless you plan on putting in the work to be great at it. Don't waste your time if you're not going to be great. And at this point, he can't really help it. It's who he is. He's a perfectionist. He's obsessive. It's what makes him him. A 4-pitch walk. Betts aboard with one away. And it brings up Freddie Freeman, who went the other way with his first Dodger home run, his first time up there.
The swing looks like he almost hits it out of the catcher's glove. He waits so long, lets the ball get deep, and he still has the power to do that.
31 home runs last year in his final season with the Braves. On a 1-0, Freeman watches one spin inside for ball 2. Six straight misses from Huascar Ynoa. 4-pitch walk to Betts, and now 2-0 on Freeman. Three 3-0.
Some respect right there. A 2-0 slider, especially when you've thrown that many balls in a row. Freddie will definitely have the green light here.
Freeman 5 for his last 5. Back-to-back 4-pitch walks. Ball 8.
Could this be one of those explosive Dodger innings? They have scored in bunches this year.
It was a 7-run fourth yesterday. The 4th time already they've had 5 or more runs in an inning. You know what's remarkable about that, well, besides the obvious, is that only one time out of those 4 huge innings have they hit a home run. It's been passing the baton in baseball cliche, piecing it together. Trey Turner watches strike 1.
They've homered tonight, but they are 4-1 this year when they do not homer. Another good sign of consistent winning.
Even last year, 106-win team. When they didn't homer, they were 7 games below 500. So to be 4-1 without a home run, that's saying something. 2 on 1 out, 0-1 pitch, misses away, ball 1. Saying something about the length and how dynamic this attack is, not just power.
Dieter playing 1 is the loneliest number. A lot of ones. 1-0, 1-1 count.
Bouncing ball right side, backhand Olsen to second 1. That's all they'll get. The 3rd goes Betts. Trey Turner aboard on the fielder's choice, and 2 gone for Muncy.
As wide as Olsen went on that play, he has to go to second, and he has to get to the ball because Trey Turner is going to beat this out. He's going to beat Ynoa to first base. So that the only play was second.
Muncy walked his first time. One of 3 the Dodgers have taken against Ynoa. Travis d'Arnaud steps out in front of home plate. Sends some signs to the infield with the speedy Trey Turner at first. Speedy Mookie Betts at third.
Dodgers leading baseball in stolen bases.
How about that?
That's news.
Turner leaning. He's running. No throw. Stolen base for Trey Turner. 11th of the year for the Dodgers. Take a look at the ranks in recent seasons. The bottom half of the National League. The #1 in baseball over the first 9+ games. Second and third for Muncy, who takes in the dirt. Good stop by d'Arnaud. There are not a ton of stolen bases in this era of the game. This home run happy era. You don't want to run yourself into outs when the next guy could put one in the seats. This team is loaded with speed. It's been much more aggressive early on this year than we've seen lately, at least in recent seasons. Betts at third, Turner at second, Muncy ahead, 2-1.
Ynoa is shying away from throwing Max a fastball for a strike. The last pitch was a changeup. He knows what Muncy can do, turning around the heater.
On a 2-1, Muncy watches one spin in there, stays soft, 2-2. Well, the home runs not being what they often are. These are the situations where they've excelled. Got a stolen base. Another scoring position opportunity for Muncy. And a 2-2 pitch coming from Ynoa. Full count.
Real good eye right there, picking up the spin, understanding where it is on the plate when it's starting its break, that it's going to end up a ball.
Payoff. Pulled sharply. Foul.
Ouch.
Getting the first base umpire, Andy Fletcher.
Smiling. Got him on the right foot. Ice bag on that later.
Good that he can smile about it right now. Muncy looks down there and Andy says, I'm okay. Play on. So they will. d'Arnaud shuffles through the deck. Ynoa comes home and Muncy looks at strike 3 over the inside corner. Ynoa with a strikeout to get out of the jam, and it stays 1-0. Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Feed your happy at Carl's Jr. and earn double stars on any purchase in the app. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com. Freddie Freeman catching up with old friends and saying hello to the guy that is playing first base now in Atlanta. Who is at the plate here, and Matt Olson. was huge shoes to fill. And his arrival really signaled to Freeman that something was up and that he probably wasn't going to be a Brave. So when Atlanta felt like they weren't going to get a deal done with Freddie Freeman, they traded for Matt Olson. Day later, he signed an 8-year, $168 million extension. And soon after that, Freeman had his deal with the Dodgers. So the Braves, when they figured Freeman wasn't going to happen, they traded for another excellent first baseman who's 4 years younger. Yeah, and he's gone off to a fantastic start. He touched on it. #1 on base percentage in the National League. But you talk to people around Atlanta and they say it's still going to take a long time to get used to, no matter how good this guy is, because he is really good. It's just not the same without #5 over there. Olson struck out in a curveball his first time. Pulls a fastball here into the right field corner. Yeah, and he's got extra bases to open the 4th. Leadoff double, Matt Olson.
He has a unique position for his bat. You see, away from his head, but then he gets it back in launch position as the ball's in flight. He just does a nice job staying inside of that, hooking that ball down into the corner. He didn't get to stand next to Freddie Freeman. He got to pass him with that double.
That stance you're talking about, he started doing a few days after he got called up to the majors with Oakland in 2016. He was feeling exposed on high fastball, so he's trying to create a clear and more direct path for his swing to cover that pitch. Here's Riley. Fouls off the first one. First time that he tried it out in the cage, the hitting coach looked at him like he was crazy. Like, what kind of drill is this? What are you trying to do here? But Matt said, I knew right away that that was the feeling I had been looking for. And this is a guy who was always going to be a solid player when you look at the total picture. He's a great defensive first baseman. But without that change, without that wacky stance and swing, he probably doesn't become who he's become. 0-2.
A lot of guys have to worry about hitching, which is dropping your hands and then getting beat by the up fastball. Well, he starts his hands pretty high and then gets them even higher and then launches the bat from that high launch angle as far as his hands up by at least the height of his ear.
Kershaw to Riley with an 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just inside.
He got the 2 strikes on Riley his first time up there, and Riley singled the other way against him.
First 10 innings of 2022, Clayton has struck out over half the batters he's faced. Only 2 hits with that double right there.
34-year-old fires 2-2 and strikes him out with a good slider. His 5th, 1 gone.
Base hit in the at bat before, not this time. He went backdoor slider in the first at bat. Riley got the hit to right. That one he went back foot and got him.
5 more and everybody gets the jumbo jack tomorrow. Runner at second, 1 away, 4th inning. Dodgers 1, Braves nothing. Dodgers looking for their 7th win in a row, looking for their 20th win in a row in this ballpark in the regular season, back to August 30th of last year. Marcell Ozuna grounded out in the first pitch he saw the first time, takes a strike here. So with 13 strikeouts game 1, with 5 more here, within 12 of Don Sutton.
They can just knock my name off there. That's an embarrassing total.
We reshaped our graphic to fit you.
Yeah, we can knock off Fernando and me.
Why you got to take him down with you?
Well, I don't know. I don't have to. But, you know, he's a friend of mine. He can take it.
Feel better to have some company.
Yeah.
Knocked off the screen.
Yeah.
It's 4th all-time in wins at 186. Looking for his 100th at Dodger Stadium tonight. Olsen at second, 1 away. And an 0-2 from Kershaw to Ozuna. Curveball swatted to third. Turner picks it up with a bare hand and gets Ozuna. Stick-to-itiveness. 2 out.
No panic from JT down there at the hot corner. Once he bobbles it a little bit, he remembers Ozuna. He knows he's got the arm. No panic. Load it up. Get it over there. A little more time with those right-handed hitters, having to run a few extra steps.
So it's up to Duvall. National League leader in RBIs last year. You touched on his first time up. A completely different dude when there's men on base.
I would have lost that trivia question on who led the league in RBIs.
Second in home runs. Takes the first one low. So he was a .228 hitter overall. .326 with runners in scoring position. And as he faces a guy that throws more breaking balls than anybody in the sport, the #1 slugging in the majors against breaking stuff. On a 1-0. Watches a slider for a strike, 1-1. Another oddity about Duvall, he's a reverse splits guy. He's better against right-handed pitching.
He likes the hanging breaking ball.
Braves trying to take advantage of the leadoff double from Olsen. A shattered bat pop-up. Short center field that Muncy will collect. Clayton Kershaw destroys that bat, and after the leadoff double, sits him down in order.
On Backstage Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw pitches 7 perfect innings in his 2022 season debut against those Twins, and the Dodgers celebrate the life and legacy of Jackie Robinson on the 75th anniversary of him breaking baseball's color barrier. Don't miss an all-new Backstage Dodgers Friday, presented by Cadillac.
Clayton Kershaw has put up 4 more zeros. That is 11 scoreless innings, just 2 base runners over those 11 innings to begin the season. And a Freddie Freeman home run has provided the support. 1-0 to the bottom of the 4th. Justin Turner leads off against Huascar Ynoa. Turns on a ball, deep left field. Arcia's back. It is off the wall. Turner makes the turn on his way to second with a leadoff double.
A smooth swing on an up breaking ball. He didn't get all of it. He really didn't try to get all of it. He's just timing it up. Got the barrel on it. Almost got enough to get it out of here. But all of a sudden he's like, I better get it going and get the second.
Turner with a double in back-to-back games. And here's Will Smith. Got the whole family here tonight from Kentucky on his bobblehead night. And takes ball 1. He asked his family when they knew. When did you know you had something different? And his parents talk about a time before he was even walking. You know those like spring-loaded things you can put a baby in a doorway and they bounce around?
Yeah.
They put him in that. And at like 10 months, he immediately springs up like 3 feet in the air. And they're like, oh my gosh, we got a freak. It wasn't long after that his favorite toys became his Fisher-Price basketball hoop, his red T-ball bat, his plastic bat. Won a Little League championship when he was 10. He's on the varsity when he was in 7th grade. But his parents laugh and smile and think about that moment when he was 10 months, launching himself 3 feet in the air. when they knew they might have somebody different on their hands.
Well, no fear.
Right?
And he doesn't have any fear. He's a very poised individual. Dad throughout the first pitch today. Gavin Lux was out there as the catcher because Will was in the bullpen warming up Clayton Kershaw.
On a 2-1 from Manoah. Fouls it off, 2-2. His dad coached all his Little League teams. And Will was mostly an infielder and a pitcher for those Little League teams and in high school, but moved all over the place. Mark, his father, always made an emphasis of that he knew how to play everything. It wasn't until he got to Louisville that he put his focus on catching. Two. Lays off.
Dodgers are grinding Enoa. I mean, they've recorded 9 outs, and it's almost 20 pitches every 3 outs. And no outs here in the 4th, and a man on second.
Enoa threw 72 pitches against the Nationals in his first outing. Here's his 60th. It's a payoff. And it's swatted to left center field. That's down for a base hit. Picked up by Duvall. Turner's held at third. Didn't get a great read on that. And with nobody out, Dino Ebel plays cautiously. First and third.
A good piece of hitting on the breaking ball. You know, he's not had very good command of the hard stuff tonight. The breaking ball is what he has really defaulted towards. And you see Justin Turner's hesitation. And when Justin hesitates, that shuts down the jam as far as Dino Ebel's concerned. With no outs, the arms go up.
At the corners, nobody out. Cody Bellinger at the plate. Sharply hit off Olsen. He recovers and flips to Enoa, but Turner's in to score, and it's 2-0.
This is a bullet, and off the heel of the glove, and then a quick flip right there to Enoa. Classy move after the bobble. He was probably going to step on first, throw to second, or at least check the runner at third, get the ball to second. A little upset with himself.
Bellinger picks up his second RBI of the year. Smith the second. Here's Rios. Almost took Darno's glove off. On 1-0, Rios gets a breaking ball, wraps it into right field. Will Smith makes the turn and comes home, and it's 3-0 Dodgers as Edwin Rios drives home Will Smith. First RBI of the season for Rios.
Breaking balls are staying up a little bit. When he has them down below the knee, they're sharp. But as he throws them for a strike, they flatten out an awful lot. Dodgers picking on that. Will Smith got one, hit it well. Rios duplicates it.
Dodgers went 0 for 8 to start the game against Enoa's breaking ball. They're 3 for 3 in this inning. 1 in the first, 2 in the fourth, still just 1 gone. Granite's out to visit with Inoa, and before Gavin Lux bats, a word from Ford.
This Dodgers broadcast is brought to you by the 2022 Ford F-150 truck and your Southern California Ford dealer, where the future comes standard.
Lux grounded out his first time. Talking about the adjustments he's made mechanically, getting that lower half more engaged. And so with that being the case, he asked the question, like, is this what Gavin Lux was in 19? Is this the Gavin Lux coming up? At this point, this very moment, you could argue it's better because it's the same plate discipline that he had coming up, but with a better foundation in his swing. That he was getting away with facing AAA pitching, right? Obviously not the same as the majors, and getting away with being a great athlete with elite hands. Dodgers have talked about those for years from the time they drafted him. Their hope is that this mechanical change is really real. This is who he is now. Drives the ball the other way towards the left field corner. Arcia's over off his glove. Career shortstop in tight quarters there, couldn't pull it in. It's a foul ball. 0-2 on Lux.
He's got enough room and he's got enough range. It just doesn't get in there. Just deflects off the fingers. The interesting thing about Dodger hitters, and specifically Gavin Lux right now, is that once they uncover a flaw and fix it, the hitting coaches aren't the only ones that are on it. Strength and conditioning guys all of a sudden are really locked in to training you to be able to have that functional mobility and strength.
And that's the thing. It started with the hitting staff saying, look, your lower half is sliding. You don't have a firm foundation. And they put together drill work to work on that. But they also coupled it in with strength work, like you're talking about.
They designed specific exercises and programs to really enhance those movements and the endurance of the movements. The first thing you can get in a muscle is you can get flexibility. The second thing you can get is strength, and the last thing you get is endurance. And that's what the strength and conditioning guys are looking to do in coordination with the hitting guys.
And then tying all those systems together, right? The lower half to the core, to the upper body, finishing the swing. Takes a couple change-ups, full count.
And the longer you get into this big league life, you find that you have to come to the ballpark half hour earlier than you thought, maybe 45 minutes earlier than you thought, because you continually learn about your body, learn new exercises, add them to your routine.
On a payoff, Lux hits a high fly ball, deep right center field. Duvall to the track with just enough room.
A couple balls. Justin Turner's ball and that ball by Gavin Lux are probably out of here when we get into the summer. It's a little warmer.
Some of the guys have been talking about thinking the ball is not flying as well, and you wonder how much of that is the early season weather, how much of that is the implementation of the humidor at Dodger Stadium and every other ballpark. Well, there have been a few guys the last couple nights who feel like they've crushed balls only to have them caught. And you see Cody Bellinger's reaction there. And even right at the end of that, you may have seen right at the corner of the screen, Dave Roberts, his mouth drop, and he looks at Bellinger like, what? And that's kind of the widespread feeling with these guys right now, that it's just not flying the same. Watch Dave Roberts. You are kidding me.
S-ing me. Hey, if the humidifier is working correctly and it's got a few more water molecules in the ball, it's going to be a little softer, a little heavier.
0-1 to Mookie Betts. Backs him off the plate. Ball one. They're going to go confirm the StatCast data on that. 390-foot fly out.
You might be laughing about Austin Barnes' home run in Colorado too, as far as he hit that one.
How'd you do that? It was one of the old balls. 2-1. Sean Newcomb. Ball 3 on Betts, who flied out his first time and walked his second time.
There's really been no time in Mookie Betts' Dodger career that we felt like he needs a hit, but we're getting close. We need to get him locked in.
On a 3-1 pitch. He's got his second walk of the game. And that just might do it for Ynoa. Freddie Freeman looming next. His fourth walk issued, the 11th walk taken by the Dodgers in their last 12 innings. Comes the manager Brian Snitker, who went from, it seemed like a placeholder for the next manager, to winning a World Series. He's going to be in Atlanta for a while. Takes the ball from Ynoa. Dodgers up 3-0. They've got him at first and second. They've got Freddie Freeman coming up against Sean Newcomb. By the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's $5.99 popcorn chicken combos with 100% all white meat chicken and Jack's good sauce. Order now on the Jack app or have it delivered. Freddie Freeman coming to the plate. First home run as a Dodger came in the first inning. Start the scoring today. Freeman has reached in 6 consecutive plate appearances. 5 for 5 with a walk his last time. And here he is with Rios at second and Betts at first. Tips his helmet to his old teammate Sean Newcomb, who finished 1 out shy of a no-hitter against the Dodgers 4 years back. He's worked out of the bullpen the last couple years. Lefty. First one to Freeman. Blocked by d'Arnaud, and it cost Newcomb a strike.
Interesting attempt at a catch right there. I think he's trying to frame this pitch, keep it on the plate, so he's leaving a lot of glove there on the plate. It hits the heel of the glove.
Looks like Freeman's choking up a little bit. Takes ball 2. So Freddie yesterday was working in the cage before the Sunday afternoon game and trying a few things out. That feels okay. That feels all right. Now, you know what? I'm just going to go out there, shorten up, and try to hit the ball up the middle, the other way, just put it in play. And he gets 4 hits. A 4-hit day on a day where he's feeling like he doesn't really have it. And then he follows that up with his first home run.
He was the lone hit the first time around the order against Ynoa. The Dodgers took it to Ynoa the second time around the order. They were 3 for 6 with 2 walks.
Up the green light if he wants it. Instead, a 4-pitch walk. 7 straight plate appearances where he's reached.
Shortstop, Trey Turner.
And they're loaded up for Trey Turner. Big at bat coming here. Dodgers up 3-0, but against a good team. Rios at third, Betts at second, and Freeman at first. They went single, walk. Fouls back 96.
Early in the season, this Dodger offense has spoiled us. We are anticipating big innings now. And even here with 2 out and bases loaded, just feels like they could put a real big crooked number up there.
Turner hit his first home run of the season over the weekend on an 0-1 pitch. Takes way outside for a ball.
It is stressful to face this lineup with these kind of resumes, power and discipline. Every pitch has a next level anxiety to it. There is no rest.
Ball 2. Nowhere to put him.
Feel like you got to be perfect.
Bases loaded, 4th inning on a 2-1 pitch. Turner pulls one down the line. That's fair, and it goes all the way to the wall. 2 runs are in. Here comes Freeman. He'll score. Bases clearing double from Trey Turner, and they got another big one.
Well, bases loaded, 2 out. Turner up. Dodger offense starting to fire. Fouls a high fastball back. Another fastball that is really wide. Now you're in a hitter's count, 2-1. A curveball, which he throws a little bit more to right-handed hitters, about 15% of the time. Rarely to lefties. But that one does not get down and in. It gets to the wall and scores 3.
Their 5th 5-run inning over the first 10 games of this season. And it's the 4th one out of those 5 without the benefit of a home run. Muncy, the 9th man to bat in the inning. Strike 1. Walk and a strikeout for Max. Strike 2.
Newcomb's fastball cutter predominantly to left-handed hitters. Turner hit a curveball, which he does throw to the righties. I don't think this would be a comfortable at bat for Max Muncy, even in an 0-2 count, knowing that it's probably going to be something firm.
It was. He sliced it to left center field. Arcia's there, and that's the inning. But the Dodgers put up 5 in the 4th and lead it 6-0. LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers and by Mito Lotto. Download the new Mito Lotto app to order tickets for this week's big lottery jackpots. Scan the QR code for a free ticket. Joe, Orl, and Kirsten back at Dodger Stadium. It is 6-0 as the Dodgers try to continue this 6-game winning streak. Trey Turner with a big swing. Bases clearing double last inning. Clayton Kershaw has given up just 2 hits. Travis d'Arnaud leads off. There's strike 1. And for Kershaw, he's picked up right where he left off in Minnesota. Way up there. Lux. Wow.
Taco Tuesday has arrived at Dodger Stadium. Enjoy the flavor of Mexico during every Tuesday home game with a rotating menu of delicious food and drinks accompanied by the sounds of a live mariachi band. Visit Dodgers.com/Taco Tuesday or scan that QR code on your screen.
1 away in the 5th inning. Here's Orlando Arcia. Strike 1. We know how stubborn Clayton has been in his routine through the years, rigid even, and like Mookie Betts with his perfectionism, right? This is part of what makes Clayton great. But he's a little different this year. It's foul, and it's 1-2. I hope Will Smith's okay. I got a chunk of him. Clayton said, I've reached the point in my career where if I don't feel quite right, I don't have to throw the bullpen that I always held myself to. I don't have to go in there and kill myself in the weight room. I trust my body. I trust I know what I'm doing. I trust I'm going to be good every 5th day. I don't need to kill myself in the 4 days in between. And he's in just such a good place mentally because he's being a little easier on himself. It's not that he's working less hard. It just feels like he's working a little bit smarter, listening to himself more.
You have to. You have to. Your body tells you that. You can just wear it down, and rest is a huge component, especially as you get older.
Fires a 2-2 pitch and strikes out Arcia, number 6.
He doesn't do that a lot, but he has done it a few times tonight. Backdoor slider. This is a dandy. Gave up a hit to Austin Riley in the first inning on a backdoor slider on a great piece of hitting. There he gets the K.
Said he had a conversation with David Price as Guillermo Heredia comes up. Price said back when he was going great, the Cy Young season, a couple All-Star seasons, 5 of them to be exact for Price. That ball's ripped to left field. Lux will watch it go. First run of the year allowed by Kershaw. It's a 6-1 game. So Heredia with his first home run of the season.
If you don't want to hit the slider, you better hit the first fastball you see. It might be the only fastball you see, and that's what Heredia did.
To just finish off that thought on Price and Kershaw talking, Price said, look, early on in my career when it was going really well, sometimes I'd only throw 5, 10 fastballs in a bullpen session and be like, I'm good. That's it. I don't need to throw anymore. And Kershaw, he'll admit, kind of a prisoner to his routine and to his stubbornness for a lot of his career. Letting himself be a little more here in his 15th season and enjoying himself more as a result. 2-0 on Dansby Swanson.
Only so many bullets in that gun. And if you can play catch and get the feel, sometimes it's good enough. The deeper you get into a season, the deeper you get into a career. If you feel it and you have confidence in your ability to recreate it on that 5th day, you don't need to overwork.
2-1.
It's work when you're younger and you're learning your body, you're learning your mechanics, you're trying to keep your rhythm, build your toolbox of what you're going to use when you're out there making adjustments in the game. Once you got your adjustments in your toolbox, you don't have to overload the joints.
Boy, Swanson is swinging at anything and everything. That's the same looking pitch that he struck out on his first time. His National League leading 19th.
70 pitches for Clayton and almost 70% strikes.
Two, his 7th strikeout. Braves get on the board, but Kershaw keeps on rolling halfway home in a 6-1 game. And great crowd on a Monday night. Special place, Dodger Stadium.
This team is setting the tone that's going to bring more and more fans into the ballpark. But it's going to be an exciting night, and you don't want to miss any game.
Looking for their 20th consecutive win in this ballpark in the regular season. Sean Newcomb drops one in there for a strike on Justin Turner. Couple walks last inning. 7 balls in play, all of them hard hit in the last inning. Whoa, just inside.
Missed him. what is known as jump rope, but Justin didn't jump. Kind of just scooted out of the way.
Whoa.
He missed him by a lot.
Now 2-1. Turner had the first hit of last inning. First pitch of the inning, he doubled. Came to score the first of the 5 runs. Now ahead 3 balls, 1 strike. Full count. Leadoff walk. Newcomb all over the place.
His spray pattern is really wide. From behind a right-handed hitter to 3 feet outside to a left-hand batter's box.
6 walks and 4+ innings between Ynoa and Newcomb. Leadoff man on for Will Smith. Will said he got quite a few messages on social media commending him for standing up for Jada the way that he did. You don't follow the Grammys?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I didn't know which way to go with it.
Confusing him for the other Will.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the latest on that? That was totally real, huh?
I guess.
Oscars, by the way, not Grammys.
Well, that's why I didn't follow you.
Right. I was thinking the other
you
award
threw me
show.
off. I'm like, what?
3-0.
I didn't watch that one. It happened twice.
Yeah. There's so much reaction in the first one. He did it again.
I have no idea where that one's at.
Count goes full.
Sometimes Will will take a swing like that and it looks like he's almost getting jammed, like he's getting tied up, and he's so quick in there with his hands and his hips, and he pulls the bat in so quickly to get the barrel on it.
Pop up, shallow right field. Heredia gets Smith. And now word from Morongo.
Good times are calling you. Play with friends. Good times.
1-on-1 out, 5th inning. Here comes Cody Bellinger. He's twice grounded to first. Second time he hit it hard and brought in a run with the ground out. Now, Cody Bellinger has seen more fastballs than any hitter in baseball so far this year. And he sees one for ball 1. 70% fastballs. League average is right around 50.
League thinks they can beat him to the spot, especially elevated.
That's what Newcomb tries with the first 2, but both miss. 2-0. Chases a breaking pitch. 2-1. Ripped to deep right field. Hooking towards the wall and down. Bellinger headed for second with a double. Turner stopped at third. Nice looking swing from Cody Bellinger, who is 1 for 3 on the day, and they're at second and third with 1 out.
He is starting to turn the hard stuff around. He turned around a 102-mile-an-hour fastball the other day and hit it hard. This one about waist high. Now maybe he's going to start getting to the one that's slightly elevated too. Those are some really good signs.
Dodgers up 6-1 and looking for more as Edwin Rios comes up. Knocked in his first run of the year, his last time up. Strike 1 from Newcomb. Fouls it back, 0-2. Tyler Thornburg getting loose. Another rough start by a Braves pitcher. Newcomb replaced Ynoa. The Braves rotation coming in already with an ERA above 5 for a group they thought would be pretty good. Rios fouls off this off-speed pitch. And like you said, still may be good, but it's been a bumpy first 12 games for Braves starters.
Well, they turned it around last year and went from under 500 to all of a sudden the playoff run. Pitchers dropped their ERA about a run.
Tomorrow night starter Max Fried, the LA native. Big breaker, falls out of the sky to get Rios.
Rare curveball from Newcomb to a lefty. Not something that left-handed hitters on the Dodgers that are prepared to the nth degree would be looking for.
Two gone, and it's up to Gavin Lux. Last time up, Lux fell behind 0-2, worked the count full with a couple good takes, and then hit a ball that everybody thought was gone. Died in front of the wall in right center. Dave Roberts saying, "You got to be kidding me." Turner at third, Bellinger at second. Lux takes ball 2. Tied with Juan Soto for the lowest chase rate in the National League.
He doesn't do the Soto dance though. Soto does that shuffle.
Soto shuffle, yeah. Give him a few more games of taking pitches like this and see what he comes up with. There it is. Will Smith third on the National League leaderboard, and Seiya Suzuki from Japan in his first season in the majors, off to a great start with the Chicago Cubs. On a 2-1, Lux watches strike 2. We have the Soto shuffle. We could get the, looking for some alliteration here with the Lux lean. Bounce off Newcomb right to Albies, just in time to get Lux. 1-4-3, and the Dodgers leave him at second and third. Inside the Box Score brought to you by your Lexus dealers. Clayton Kershaw, through 12 innings this season, has given up just the Guillermo Heredia home run. 20 strikeouts, no walks over those 12 innings.
Well, he's had the strikeout ball working again tonight. He's got 7 more so far, mostly with the slider. That slider is attributed to 16 of his 20 strikeouts with the slider.
Top of the order, Ozzie Albies leads off against Kershaw. And a changeup taken high. Through 2 of those against Minnesota. Just the fact that he's showing it feels like a big deal. It's one other thing to put on that scouting report. He's been asking for it for years. He would joke with us like, hey, can you get him up there like the computers? Can you get him to say I throw the changeup more than I do? Because that'd be great for the other team to have to think about that.
Disinformation campaign. He wants some fake news out there.
Let's go. He's making it real news. Kershaw throws a changeup. Finally got a grip that he's comfortable with. Been toying around with one in spring training for many years. He's always said he didn't feel like he needs it. So why use it? He didn't want to go there until like he absolutely needed to. The curveball is such a change of speeds for him. 3-1 on Albies.
It'll become a tool when he can land it and have a little deception with it more often than the curveball. If he thinks the curveball still can be landed for a strike, he can use that as his off-speed pitch.
Full count.
It's a good time to bring a pitch like that along. You're up 6-1, 6th inning. You're at 76 pitches. Maybe you go to about 95 pitches tonight to take the pitch count up another 12, 15 from where you were the last outing.
His payoff to Albies is drilled to left center field. Forget about this one. Way up the pavilion. Ozzie Albies with his 5th home run. And it's a 6-2 game.
Threw the ball back. That's what the extra cheer was for. Albies did this though first. Give him a chance to throw the ball back. Fastball, inner half, just below the waist. Kind of like some tee work for a big league hitter, and he didn't miss it.
With a glance at his buddy Freddie Freeman and his way around the bases. That's ball 1 on Matt Olson. Ties him with C.J. Cron of the Rockies for the National League lead. .57", 170 pounds. Proof that he can be any shape and size and play this game at a high level.
Dustin Pedroia, huh? It looks like he has a lot of fun playing baseball.
Caught the corner, 1-2 on Olson. And Ozzie's always been told that he's too small. He says, though, as long as you're willing to work, especially in this game, it doesn't matter. 2-2 on Olson. He's known for, like you said, having fun, bringing the energy, but also incredible work ethic. He's a monster in the weight room. Ron Washington, who's in his 52nd year in pro baseball, says pound for pound, Ozzie Albies is the strongest player he's ever seen. Swings one of the biggest bats on the team at 5'7", 170. Count's gone full on Olson. Here it comes from Kershaw. It's up the middle and past the diving Turner. 3 hits to the first 5 innings. Back-to-back hits to open the 6th as they see him for the 3rd time.
Third baseman Austin Riley.
Brusdar Graterol warming.
Freddie still the friendliest guy in the big leagues, even though that's the guy who took his hometown spot.
Matt Olson grew up wanting to be Freddie Freeman. Grew up just outside Atlanta. Diehard fan of the Braves. Riley grounds it foul. Freeman debuted when Matt was getting into high school. The peak of his Braves fandom. When the trade went down, Matt had actually just gotten married and built a house in Atlanta. It was going to be his winter home, regardless of where he was playing. He's got all his family there. And so he couldn't believe his good fortune when that trade happened. Jumped at the chance to sign long term. Where else would he rather be? Diehard Falcons and Hawks, Georgia fan. They say a lot like Freddie, humble, soft-spoken guy that everybody loves having around. 1-2 on Riley.
Hey fellas, don't let the game get in the way of your conversation.
They play Riley to pull. Runner at first, nobody out. Kershaw home with a 1-2. It's a curve that's swatted to right. Betts on the move. It's over his head. Bounces over the wall. Dodgers might have caught a break there. And that Olson will have to stop at third on a double from Riley. And Kershaw has not been the same in the sixth. Dave Roberts sees that. And he'll make a change. Clayton Kershaw, first start at home in 2022, going for his 100th win in Dodger Stadium. Leaves with a 6-2 lead in the sixth. Gave up just the solo shot over the first 5 innings, but homer, single, double here in the 6th inning. He's finished. Things have gotten much more interesting here in a 6-2 game. Brusdar Graterol comes on.
Looking for some strikeouts, and Brusdar is starting to get some swing and miss in his repertoire, with now having the cut fastball and a little softer slider. Braves can score 2 runs with outs here and really tighten this game up, trading outs for runs.
It's Marcell Ozuna, the cleanup man. Olson at third, Riley at second. Dodgers led this game 6-0. 6-2 now. Braves threatening here in the 6th. Starts him with a breaking ball, gets a swing and a miss.
Love the action on that pitch right there, middle of the plate, but it's got some nice tilt and great change of speeds.
Then a fastball to the knees, and it's 0-2.
Turn it up 15 mile an hour when you go to the heater after an 85 mile an hour slider.
Ozuna said to him, "That's low." And Chris Siegel said, "No, it's a strike." And he said, "Yes, yes, it's low."
Sounded low.
Sounded fast. Looking for a big strikeout.
Once you find a breaking ball you like, the grip, the break, you've got to learn to throw a good one. And when you go to throw the next one, don't try to throw it better. Just throw another good one. It's all about your rhythm.
Wow! 101 splits the plate, and Ozuna, like a house by the side of the road, watches it.
Tell you what, the slider setting up this 100 and 101 mile an hour fastball, completely different pitcher when he can establish that he can throw something at 85 with a little bend in it and then follow it up with that. Oh.
One away. And here's Adam Duvall. 0 for 2 today. The reigning RBI champ in the National League. He's got him at second and third. Yeah, gets the first pitch, fastball, strike one.
5 pitches. You see him throw the ball like this. He's like a closer in waiting.
Certainly got the eye for it, doesn't he? Breathes fire.
That's second on the priority list to the arm.
Yes. Ground ball to short. It'll bring home a run. Turn to first to get Duvall. 6-3 the score. 2 gone in the 6th. That, by the way, is the first inherited runner that has scored all season against a Dodger reliever. And a near impossible task for Graterol to keep that perfect run going. Second and third, nobody out as he comes in. Man at third, 2 out. The catcher d'Arnaud. Oh for 2 today, 1 for 14 on this road trip. Off the barrel, strike one. Brusdar says, and Brusdar, fun-loving dude, ball of sunshine off the field. He says when he gets in the mound, he transforms into his favorite animal, the lion. Little jam shot, short left. It is down, and it's 6-4. Pop fly RBI hit for Travis d'Arnaud. Both those runs charged against Kershaw.
Brusdar doing a good job. Hasn't been hit hard. The ground ball, this pop up, the strikeout. Sometimes you just can't help it. The baseball probabilities have it fall in on you.
So the Braves with 1 in the 5th, 3 here in the 6th. Mark Prior coming out for a visit as Eddie Rosario gets ready to come up as the pinch hitter. Eddie Rosario, who was the MVP of the NLCS against the Dodgers last year. I mean, hottest hitter you will ever find. Parlayed that into a new contract with the Braves and has started 1 for 29.
The whole playoffs he was exceptional, but he was extra special in the NLCS.
6 games overall, he had 14 hits. Only player in Major League history with 14 hits in a series of 6 games or fewer. 14 hits, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, including the game winner in Game 2. He credited that magical postseason to his barber, a guy named Mr. Andy Fade, who traveled with him, trimmed him up every 3 days to bring him good luck and bring him a .383 postseason average. Thank you, Mr. Fade. Represents the tying run and grounds the first one by a drawn-in Freeman. Ricochets to Betts. Rosario slides into second with a pinch hit double, and just like that, the Braves have the tying run in scoring position.
Dodgers got a lot of scoring with 2 outs when Trey Turner got a double with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the 4th. And now the Braves trying to find some 2-out damage.
Well, this is all Graterol now. Those runners at second and third, both his. Kershaw's book is closed. Heredia hit his first home run last inning. It was his first home run since August 11th of last year and produced the first run this season against Kershaw.
First pitch fastball, and he picked on it. Just hacked it through stars.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Last two world champions going head to head. Knocked each other out on the way to those titles. Second and third, two gone, and an 0-2 from Graterol. Taken for ball one.
Good take. It was a ball, but it was a very good teaser. Didn't get a swing out of it. Tempting.
One-two. Turn it back up with a fastball. Heredia stayed alive.
Good sequence there with that breaking ball off the plate away and then running that fastball at 101 in. Got the hitter in a rocking chair when you're going back and forth on sides of the plate.
Darno at third, Rosario at second. 1-2. Got him to go this time. But the Braves get 3 runs, and it's 6-4 to the last of the 6th. LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. And by the 2022 Ford F-150 truck and your Southern California Ford dealer, where the future comes standard. Dodgers scored the first 6. Braves have scored the last 4. Bottom 6. 6-4 game. A.J. Minter, third pitcher for the Braves today. 5th outing of the season for the left-hander. Top of the order coming up for the Dodgers. Mookie Betts flied out his first time. He's walked twice since. Minter's first pitch in there for a strike. One.
Minter so far this year to right-handers has thrown his slider more often than his fastball. That fastball is around 96, 97 miles an hour.
Deals 1-1. Betts. Check swing foul. And it's 1-2. Year 3 with the Dodgers. On a 1-2 pitch, Betts tries to lay off and does, so the count evens up. World championship in his first season. All-star last year, even in a year where he talked about feeling like it was a moving target all year with some of the injuries that were nagging him. Finished with an .854 OPS. Waits on a 2-2 here. And goes down swinging.
First baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Here's Freeman. On base 7 consecutive plate appearances. 5 hits, including a home run in the first inning tonight, and then back-to-back walks in the 3rd and the 4th. Lefty on lefty. Minter comes home, and Freeman fouls it back.
It's got to feel like an inter-squad game looking out there at the Braves uniform for him. If he doesn't look down at his chest, just looks out at the Braves, it's like, oh, okay, I'm in spring training. We're just getting ready for the exhibition season.
Fouls off a couple, and it's 0-2. Second round pick of these Braves in 2007. Out of El Modena High School in Orange County. Actually, Freddie originally planned to go to Cal State Fullerton. He wasn't going to sign, and then changed his mind right before the Braves called and said they were going to take him. Took him in the 2nd round, and his dad said, okay, but you've got 4 years. You got 4 years to go figure this out as a pro. If it doesn't work, you're going to school. Reached the majors in 3 as a 20-year-old.
Would have been a nerve-wracking 4th year if he wouldn't have made it in 3.
Right? I'm so close, and I might be going back to school.
Talk about the pressure of a free agent year.
Takes just low, 2-2. Spoils it, stays alive.
If this is the regular season volume for Freddie Chance, I can't wait for the postseason. It'll just echo throughout the city. Like they're chanting for Maury Wills to go.
Another 2-2 pitch. Freeman has worked it full. This has been part of his evolution. Harder and harder to strike out as his career's gone on, while maintaining his power. A lot of times that's a trade-off. 8th pitch from Minter to Freddie Freeman. In the air to left. Playable for Rosario.
He finally takes a seat.
First time since first inning yesterday. He's retired.
Shortstop, number 6, Trey Turner.
Well, we talked about it when Trey Turner came up in the 4th inning with the bases loaded, already a 3-0 lead, everything feeling good, big at bat, and it's proven to be. Cleared the bases with a double. That's the difference in this game right now. And while the hitting streak ended yesterday at 27 games, the on-base streak continues. A Major League best 29 in a row. Other than 2.
We've talked about the starting staff and how they have kind of carried the team through this win streak. But also this offense, they've almost reaching their average in the win streak. They've averaged 6.7 runs a game. They got 6 already tonight. They still got some outs to play with, and they might need a few more. They haven't hit in the 9th inning. It's almost
It's been a while. Yet the trail during this winning streak. Another 0-2 coming from Minter. Turner takes the ball.
How many home games in a row, I wonder, going back on the streak? I mean, some of those they could have come back in the 9th in the winning streak at home. Extra innings.
Sounds like a Krajewski question.
Yeah. What do you think? 2 out, 2 strikes? He could get it in before the end of the inning? I doubt it.
Even Krajewski has his limits.
Yeah.
Whatever the limits of the computer are.
Yeah. He's got fast fingers. I know that. You can see text and type. Holy smokes.
He's like the lady on Meet the Parents at the airport. Checking him in. Checking Ben Stiller in. Yeah. Two offering. Strike 3 to the bottom of the zone. Minter against the top of the order goes 1-2-3.
The Tigers be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance and add a Kirk Gibson Legends of Dodger Baseball bobblehead to your collection. Courtesy of Bank of America. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions or scan that QR code on your screen.
6-4 game. To the 7th we go. Daniel Hudson comes in. 4th appearance of the season for him. He's struck out 5 of the 9 hitters that he's faced so far. He'll face 9-1-2 here. Dansby Swanson, who struck out both times tonight, both those against Kershaw. Sliders, ball 1.
Starters, offense, and now it's the bullpen's turn to deliver a W. 2-run lead, top of the 7th. They have been good over the last 7 games. Staff as a whole coming into the day was a 1.33. Bullpen working to keep pace.
Fastball is stabbed by Freeman.
There's a little help for the pen. Now he's getting chants for his defense. We're going to be selling Freddie t-shirts here.
Just like right, Freddie 3 times on him?
Yeah. Just Freddie chant t-shirts. Just so you can remember the words.
I like it. You make a Christmas sweater, though. You hit a button and it actually chants at you, the shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Ozzie Albies takes ball 1. Switch hitter batting from the left side for the first time tonight. He is much better from the other side of the plate, where he homered against Kershaw. Now tied for the major league lead with 5.
Oh, it's Freddie on the front of the t-shirt, and it's Freddie's jersey on the back of the t-shirt.
I like it. Like that.
Yeah, that's the back. And then maybe subtly, the Dodger jersey still on the front, but just kind of Freddie kind of in shadows.
It's a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work. This creativity stuff, it just flows out of me.
Yeah. Good coffee.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh. Got it. Awesome.
Never forget it. The rest of her life. Promise. There's just no way you get a big league foul ball, somebody hands it to you. It's lifetime memory.
Here's a 2-1 from Hudson. It's a fastball with good teeth to it. 2-2. Fastball's not been quite as firm for Daniel Hudson so far this season. Part of the slower build-up, or the, I guess technically faster build-up, shorter build-up this spring that all relievers and all starters are dealing with. On 2-2. That's foul. He's actually been throwing his fastball less, as it's been less overpowering than it had been the last couple of years. More slider from Daniel Hudson his first few games. It's a pretty good pitch too, though. League hit 136 against it last year. His 2-2 to Ozzie Albies. Comes in with a fastball, not necessarily where he wanted it, but yanked foul, and we'll do it again. Daniel Hudson's strikeout rate last year was 3rd in the National League. Josh Hader, Devin Williams, Daniel Hudson, split between Washington and San Diego. And with the Dodgers now on a 1-year contract. Deals 2-2 again. Change is pop foul. That's a pitch that's a relic from his starting days. First few years in the majors actually was his best pitch. Some very good seasons with the White Sox, the Diamondbacks, for those 2 Tommy John surgeries. Eighth pitch. Got him. Back foot in the breaking ball.
There is the slide piece. Really not in a tunneling effect place, just down. And it works.
10th strikeout of the game for Dodger pitchers. Jumbo jacks for all tomorrow. Two up, 2 down here in the 7th. The hitter's Matt Olson.
Let's see if they can get Babe Ruth out.
2 more hits tonight. 3 more hits tonight.
He is on fire. Freddie hits the home run against his former team, and Matt Olson say, just watch this.
Third baseman number 27, Austin Riley.
Like his hero, uses the opposite field.
Tying run to the plate. 2 gone in the 7th. Austin Riley takes ball 1. Matt Olson's now hitting .452. Smith pulls that one back in for a strike, and it's 1-1.
A little wide right there. Caught a break.
.6-4 game. Top of the 7th. Runner at first with 2 out. Hudson home to Riley with a 1-1 pitch that he fouls straight back. 1-2. Riley 2 hits as well. Single in the first inning, doubled and scored a run last inning. Top 3 in the order, 6 for 11. Hudson's 1-2. Outside, ball 2.
He improved last year to become a silver slugger, hitting the hard stuff better, not chasing, and becoming a better 2-strike hitter. He's proven all of it in this at bat.
On a 2-2 pitch, Riley swings and misses. Hudson gets him with a good slider. 6-4 game. We stretch in game 1 between the last 2 champs. Dodgers ahead of the Braves 6-4. They led this game 6-0. Braves have come charging back into it. Welcome inside. Joe Davis and Orel Hershiser. And highly anticipated series. Been an entertaining game so far.
Sure has. Clayton Kershaw got him off to a good start. A little frustrating the way his outing ended, but he's got a chance to get that 100th victory here in Dodger Stadium in the regular season. That's an outstanding accomplishment. He's got some nice support. What is it with these Dodgers in the 4th inning? They can put up some numbers in the 4th.
That was a 7-run 4th yesterday. They got 5 in the 4th today. Max Muncy facing the veteran Darren O'Day, who spins one in there for a strike.
4th inning kind of coincides with second time around the order after they get a good look at the starting pitcher, and then all of a sudden the talent seems to rise to the top.
O'Day's yet to give up a base runner through 3 games with the Braves. In his 15th big league season. Down under on the ground to Albies. 1 away. Now a word from Carl's Jr.
Gold Digger Double Cheeseburger for only $3.49. Part of our Charbroiled Double Deals at Carl's Jr.
Justin Turner to the plate. This is O'Day's 2nd stint with the Braves as part of this 15-year career. He was with the Braves in 2019 and 20. Last year with the Yankees, although he only pitched in 12 games. Shoulder injury, hamstring injury. Back with the Braves, back healthy and off to a good start. One 1-0 on Turner. Double and a walk for him.
O'Day, a sinker slider guy, more sliders to right-handers than lefties, and 2/3 of the time against lefties you're going to see the sinker and then a few sliders like Muncy hit.
Turner goes up the middle. Albies perfectly positioned. 2 up and 2 down.
Catcher number 16, Will Smith.
The bobblehead guy, Will Smith, 1 for 3.
How about that pitcher in the lower right-hand corner of the box?
Fresh Prince. Caught the corner there.
2 lanes on that corner.
You know, somebody's hit a home run on their bobblehead night 9 times over the last 13 years for the Dodgers. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy.
Manny Ramirez was the first to do it in that time. It was in 2009. They actually made another bobblehead out of that moment. Smith hits one in the air to left. He just got it off the end of the barrel.
I thought you had something there.
Oh, geez. 7-pitch inning for Darren O'Day. 6-4 after 7.
My heart stopped.
Get it back going. Somebody get Orel back. Nissan Dodger calendar. This 3-game series with the Braves continues at 7 tomorrow, but then noon on Wednesday. And the Dodgers head down to San Diego to take on the Padres. Road trip goes through San Diego and Arizona. Season debut for Phil Bickford. Marcell Ozuna watches a generous outside corner strike. Well, Bickford, who made his Dodger debut last year, had a slow build up this spring and had some arm soreness early. So didn't get activated until a couple days ago. Doesn't make an appearance until now. Back-to-back strikes and back-to-back sliders.
Had 4 games of work down in AAA in Oklahoma City. Did just fine. Came out of the outings feeling good. Activated before today's game.
Here's an 0-2. Ozuna reaches out, off balance, roller to third. Turner gets him. Let's check in with Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. When we talked to Phil Bickford, he said that he's feeling really good right now. He did have a slower start to spring training, but after talking with Dave Roberts, the plan for him, he's not going to do an up-down just yet, but he is ready to go back-to-back, guys.
All right, 26 years old. Out of Southern California. Grew up a Dodger fan. Grew up coming to games here. It's one of the uncovered gems of last season. Adam Duvall in a 6-4 game in the 8th. Bickford made his Dodger debut on May 23rd and wound up pitching in 56 games. It's the second most in the National League from the time that he debuted. From that date forward, he appeared in half their games. Fastball misses up, 1-0.
When Kirsten said they're not going to do an up down with him, that means when they get him hot, they're going to bring him in the game. If they don't get him in the game, they're just going to set him down. He'll be done for the night. And he is ready to do the back-to-back. That is good news.
Here's his 1-1. Duvall takes it. Ball 2. Phil made his major league debut in 2020. He gave up 4 runs in 1 inning. Got another chance for the Brewers at the start of last year. Gave up 2 runs in 1 inning. And then DFA'd with a career ERA of 27 when the Dodgers picked him up. 56 games with LA. A .250 earned run average. And in the postseason, pitched in 6 games, didn't allow a run. He got Ozuna, now brings a 2-2 to Duvall. Got him too. Muncy there to snare it.
Well, breaking ball gets him off the end of the bat, takes the sting out of it. And not enough to get it over Max Muncy's head.
Max is saying that thing was knuckling. 2 up, 2 down in the 8th inning, and here's Travis d'Arnaud. Swinging bunt, no play. So d'Arnaud going into the 6th inning was 1 for his last 14. He's got 2 hits now in his last 3 innings.
Eddie Rosario.
Eddie Rosario. All it took for Rosario to get going was seeing the Dodgers again.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy. 1 for 29 to start the year. Comes up, doubles on the first pitch that he sees. Yeah, just keeps on doing what he did last October against him. Back on a 2-year contract. Gives him another left-handed bat. Along with Matt Olson, Ozzie Albies as a switch hitter. Otherwise pretty right-handed lineup, so filled a couple needs for him. And he's up there representing the tying run with 2 gone in the 8th inning. One of the most aggressive hitters out there. Takes a strike. 1-1.
You know those double left-hand turns, those double right-hand turn lanes. That's what those corners are when they get wide.
Swung and missed at a pitch that was right in the same spot.
That's the thing. When you get that corner, there's no sense changing sides of the plate. You just have a chance to walk the hitter right off the end. Back out there
with a 1-2. Fouls it off.
They foul off the ball 6-8 inches off the plate out there. You know the inside part of the plate is open, but it's just why go in there with a 2-run lead and a man on first where balls on the inner half turn out to be usually extra base hits when they're mistakes compared to the ball away, especially when you can wander it way away.
Another 1-2. Phil Bickford's season debut coming in a big spot here. 2-run game in the 8th inning. Blake Treinen, by the way, came out of his last outing with his arm barking a little bit. And so they're going to give him a couple days, at least try to stay away from him. That's how you see Bickford here. Brings another 1-2. It's foul again. Treinen went out today, played catch, felt good, and so they're not overly concerned about it. But especially with as deep of a pen and a pitching staff as they have right now with the 28-man roster, playing it cautiously. D'Arnaud at first, 2 gone in the 8th. Dodgers by 2, looking for their 7th consecutive win. Towering fly ball, but no big deal for Mookie Betts. Phil Bickford in his season debut puts up a 0 and sends us to the bottom of the 8th. Count on the guys with Access Sportsnet Dodgers when we finish. It's presented by your Southern California Ford dealers, John, Jerry, and Nomar tonight. Dodgers in front 6-4 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Now, Brian Snitker had a couple guys warming up during the top of this inning. He had the lefty Will Smith, he had the righty Jackson Stevens, and even though it's 3 left-handed hitters coming up here, he goes to Jackson Stevens, which would lead you to believe that it was a circumstantial thing. If they had gotten a couple runs, maybe even just one, it would have been Smith, but goes with the lower leverage piece here with the deficit still at 2.
As early as in the season, you're still always tinkering. Got a day game on Wednesday, you're watching your workloads.
Bellinger leads off, looks at a strike. Craig Kimbrel begins to warm for the 9th.
All-time franchise leader in saves for the Atlanta Braves with 186.
Active leader in saves across baseball. Top 2 are in the building. Kimbrel's 1, Jansen's 2.
Kenley with 350 as a Dodger.
Yep, we're in a world where Craig Kimbrel's the Dodgers closer and Kenley Jansen's the Braves closer. 1-2 on Bellinger. He's driven in a run and doubled tonight. The 2 best active right now in terms of the careers they've put together, the numbers they've put up. Bellinger strokes this one to deep right center field. And gone! A screamer gets over the wall. Cody Bellinger coming to life. .107 off of the bat.
It's low and it's in his wheelhouse, extends those arms, but boy, we've seen a lot of good signs from Cody over the last week or so. Hitting the ball hard, turning around heat. In the at-bat earlier tonight, waist-high fastball that he didn't swing through. That one felt real good, I'm sure.
A ball on Rios. Didn't look like Bellinger knew that it was gone until he was already partway to second.
Nobody taking anything for granted here at Dodger Stadium this early in the year with the way the ball is carrying. They're thinking, you know, Justin Turner could have had one out, hit the wall. Gavin Lux hit one to center, didn't make it. He thought it was crushed. Cody was even laughing about it a little bit with Austin Barnes and Dave Roberts. But Cody got enough for one.
The trend continues, by the way. 0 hits or 2 hits. Nothing in between, nothing more for Cody Bellinger. It's 3-0 on Rios. And on this homestand, he's alternated. 2 hits, no hits, 2 hits, no hits, 2 hits. Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. 3-1. It elicited quite a dance from Hanser Alberto as he rounded the bases there too, didn't it?
That's some serious hip action working in that dance.
Rios draws the walk. It's all in the hips.
Play it, Dieter.
Left fielder, number 9, Gavin Lux.
Lux 0 for 3 tonight. He had one of those balls you mentioned that everybody thought was gone off of the bat. Caught in front of the wall. Last chance for him to extend his 9-game on-base streak. He's reaching every game this year. Game 2 tomorrow, and it's a marquee pitching matchup. Buehler for the Dodgers, Max Fried for the Braves. Fried has lost both of his starts this year. 1-1. And then at noon on Wednesday, Charlie Morton goes for the Braves, Tony Gonsolin for the Dodgers. Will we again see Tyler Anderson piggybacking with Gonsolin?
It's been a good combo.
Yeah. Back to the mound. Low throw. Nice catch by Swanson. Bad throw by Swanson. Lux on and a fielder's choice. 1 away.
Chest high feed at second base, and it's probably a double play even with the wheels of Lux. But when you got Swanson off balance a little bit, made the throw a little erratic over there at first base. Yeah, he couldn't get a grip on it either. The ball was rolling around in his glove. Threw the timing off, the weight shift made him hook it.
Runner at first, 1 out. Back to the top of the order, Mookie Betts. 0 for 2, but 2 walks. Last 2 games, 0 for 5, but 4 walks. Stevens to Betts, strike 1. Dodgers enter the night tied with the Giants for the best record in baseball. Giants got rained out in New York tonight. They'll play 2 with the Mets tomorrow. 2 of the best pitching staffs in baseball over the first couple weeks. Are the Mets going to do it? The Mets finally going to live up to expectations?
They can stay healthy.
Yeah. Bad start in that regard with Jacob deGrom already dealing with it.
That was what first popped into my brain when you asked me the question.
Here's an 0-1. It's going to be a really interesting division that the Braves find themselves in, with the Mets, with the Phillies. We got a bunch of guys that can hit, not many that can field. Dives back in there for strike 2.
Let's see Gavin take off here. 1-2 count, 2 out. Mookie up. Might be suspecting a breaking ball coming. Good lead.
Was a breaking ball, but it didn't take off. That's fouls it. 8-9-1 due up for the Braves, by the way. Heredia, Swanson, Albies. Dodgers got 1 in the first, 5 in the fourth, 1 here in the 8th on the Bellinger home run. Braves with 1 in the 5th and 3 in the 6th. Lux takes his lead. Stevens deals 1-2 again. Mookie bounces one the other way. Albies is over to grab it and get bats. Good play by Ozzie Albies. Lux is in scoring position for Freddie Freeman, who's had quite the couple days, really quite the homestand. Dodger fans showering him with love, and today, first game against his old team. This is brought to you by your Southern California Volkswagen dealers. Not only did he get all the hugs and handshakes, got his silver slugger, got his first home run as a Dodger. He's since walked twice and scored again. Want to know? One.
Used to foul ball off like that in a Braves uniform, you start to anticipate bad things about to happen. Now when he does it in a Dodger uniform, you anticipate good things are about to happen.
All about perspective. He's ahead 2-1. With Lux at second and 2 out, a 2-1 to Freddie Freeman. Way upstairs, ball 3.
Got a deep count his last at bat, 3-2. Got a fastball, just didn't get the head out on it, flew out to left. Another deep count here with gathering a lot of information.
(3-1). 3-2.
Even in a 3-1 count, he's still looking to stay on the ball and hit it for power to the opposite field. He doesn't really come out of his game. I mean, 7-4, bottom of the 8th, 2 out, man on second. He's grinding it out. He knows he's got enough power to hit it out the left, which he's already done tonight. Stays within himself. Continues to work the at-bat.
On a payoff pitch, Freeman flies it to center field for Duvall and sends this game to the 9th inning. Dodgers get one in the Bellinger home run. Here comes Craig Kimbrel trying to slam the door on his old team. The most dominant seasons in recent memory by a reliever. And now he faces them, looking to go 3 for 3 and save opportunities to begin his time with the Dodgers.
Sometimes in these situations you need a little extra special game face, but he's already faced the Braves when he's been around the league, so not quite as the same as when Kenley Jansen will come in to face the Dodgers.
During that time there, he led the National League 3 straight seasons. He sits at 374 saves now, which is 9th all time, 3 away from Joe Nathan for 8th on the all time list. Braves have 8-9-1 coming up. Alex Dickerson to pinch hit for Guillermo Heredia. Fouls off the first one as he starts him with a breaking ball. And that has been the focus for Craig Kimbrel, landing that curveball for a strike. Fastball is by him, and it's 0-2. That's what he's got. He's got that curve and he's got that fastball, and they work together beautifully.
Some closers have one elite pitch. Then later on in their career, they need a second one to kind of set up their elite pitch. And that's where Craig Kimbrel is in his career now.
Good to see 97.
Sure is.
Yeah, the league last year hit 180 against his fastball. They hit 111 against his breaking ball. Great first half with the Cubs. Not good final 2 months with the White Sox as he lost the feel of that breaker. Home of the 1-2. Check down to third. He went. Dickerson waited. Now heads to first, and he'll get there. So on a curve that Smith couldn't handle, Dickerson reaches to open the 9th inning.
The appeal comes, the signal comes. Dickerson doesn't think he's gone, but now he's been rung up. And fortunately for the Braves, Dickerson reacted in time. It went right between the wickets for Will Smith. Didn't get the tailgate down far enough.
Big hitter here for Kimbrel with Albies, the home run leader in the National League, on deck, representing the tying run. If Swanson could reach. Dodgers led this game 6-0. Braves got 1 in the 5th. They got 3 in the 6th. Kimbrel deals 1-0 and high ball 2. Third outing with the Dodgers. First one was on opening day. Gave up a run, but picked up the save, and then went 1-2-3 against the Reds on Friday night. So had a week between outings. A couple days off since the last one. Strike one.
That belly insurance run feels good now.
Kimbrel deals 2-1. Ground ball up the middle. To the bag goes Muncy. In one motion he throws. It's a double play. Wipes him clean. 2 gone in the 9th.
Breaking ball gets 2 outs. Max about 4 steps from the bag. He's got to hustle. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, and then wrong foot throw. Records the double play.
4 unassisted, 3. 4M unassisted, 3. 2 gone in the 9th, and Albie sits with the bases empty. Homer tonight was his 5th. All coming in the last 7 games. Strike 1 from Kimbrel. Game 2 tomorrow, same time, same place. Walker Buehler for the Dodgers and Max Fried for the Braves. Quickly 0-2. Braves have out-hit the Dodgers tonight. They've got a couple home runs, but both of them solo shots. 14 consecutive home runs for the Braves with nobody on base. In a 7-4 game, 2 gone, 2 strikes. Here it comes. 2-2. Kimbrel, home of the 2-2. Got to reach the seats. We'll do it again.
Like to get it done here pretty quick. Keep that pitch count under 15 or so. Be fresh enough for tomorrow.
Guy who grew up a Braves fan, Huntsville, Alabama. Another 2-2 pitch. On the ground is short. There's Trey Turner. There's a 7th consecutive win. And the 100th win for Clayton Kershaw at Dodger Stadium.
Clayton's first win was saved by Kenley Jansen. His 100th regular season win here at Dodger Stadium, saved by Craig Kimbrel.
Freddie Freeman hits his first home run as a Dodger. One point he reached in 7 consecutive plate appearances. Finishes the day 1 for 3 with a home run, a couple walks, a couple runs scored. And the Dodgers are a Major League best 8-2 as they take the first game from the reigning champ. 7-4 the final for Orr Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew. Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Game 2 of the series tomorrow. Buehler against Fried. We'll talk to you then.